Hello, Miss Rittenberry. I received your question on this one. I guess it's equations f of x equal minus x squared minus 2x plus 7. I just drew equation graph here. It looks something similar to this. I can tell the vertex is negative 1, 8. It's not exactly it, but your question was how do you find the vertex and the intercepts? I just made a video where I talked about the intercepts. To find the vertex, there's a few different ways to do that, but the easiest way, and I think it goes along with your book, is to use a formula for vertex. What is that formula? Well, to find the x-coordinate, I write it x-coordinate of the vertex, x of v, is minus b over 2a. Is the formula for finding the x-coordinate of the vertex. So I'll come down here and say, well, the vertex, it's going to be an ordered pair, and this formula here will give you the x part. Okay. So first thing you got to do is identify a, b, and c. Well, in this case, just a and b. A is the coefficient of the squared term, which is negative 1. B is the coefficient of the linear term, which is negative 2. And so A is negative 1 and B is negative 2. Okay, and I can tell that again just by looking at the coefficients of x squared and x. So I put those into this formula, and out comes the vertex. So let me put those in the formula. Got to be a little careful. It's minus b, and b is a negative 2. So it's going to be minus a negative 2 over 2 times negative 1. And so all I've done is substitute the negative 2 and the negative 1 in for a and b here. So I do the arithmetic, that's going to be it'll be a positive 2 in the numerator and negative 2 in the denominator, and so the x-coordinate is negative 1. So I have half the answer, and that happens to agree with what's up here, which is good. Now I want to find the y-coordinate. I want to find 8. And so how do we find the y-coordinate? Well, if you have the x-coordinate, you just plug it into the formula, and that'll give you the y-coordinate. So I'll do that. So I want to find f of negative 1, which will be minus, you got to be real careful in the signs on this one, be minus a negative 1 squared minus 2 times negative 1 plus 7. Trying to squeeze that plus 7 in here. So here we're going to have a minus 1 squared will be positive 1, so it's minus a positive 1, and plus 2 plus 7, and hey, that comes out to 8. And so that was the first part of your question about how do I find the vertex, which is here. The other part was about finding the intercepts. And I made a video earlier, to find the y-intercept. That's not too bad. You just let x be 0 and whatever the y value comes out to. So you come up to this equation here, and you put, instead of, I put negative 1 in, now I want to put 0 in. Of course, then you'll end up with a constant because the x's will drop out. If I do that, f of 0 will equal minus 0 squared minus 2 times 0 plus 7. Well, that's easy. I mean, the y-intercept is 7. So I'll cross the y-axis at 7. Now to find the x-intercepts, what you want to do is let the y value be 0. You let y be 0 and you want to find x. So you want to plug in 0 for f of x here and then solve that equation. So let's see if I move this up here where I got room. So I want to let y be 0, and then you have to solve this. Let's see if I can move that on up here. Oops, this part's not moving up, but that is. So I'm going to move this up here, and I want to find the intercepts of this. Let's see. Oops, won't let me erase. Okay, what I do first of all is change all the signs or multiply it by negative 1. I don't like my leading coefficient to be negative, so I multiply it by -1 or change all the signs. How you don't solve this equation here, it doesn't look like it's on factor readily, so you don't have to use the quadratic formula. This video is getting a bit long, so I don't think I'll finish it. A's 1, B's 2, and C's -7. And if you remember, the quadratic formula is x equal minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, which is -7. We're in our room here. That's a -7 there. It's all over 2a. Then you have to simplify that. I'm going to stop here because it takes a while to post a 6-minute video.